Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Paladins Summer Premier Qualifiers Week 3. My name is Evan Raynor, and this is Nick Keogh, Hi-Rez, Pretty Hair. We're ready to get into the action, the momentous occasion you've all been waiting for, which could potentially clinch some of the seeding here going into Spain. We've got the standings ready, Nick. It's going to be an exciting day.
Let's take a look at these NA standings. Cryptik out in front, 3-0. The chance to go up 4-0 today. But they only have one matchup today. Denial going to look to close the gap with their doubleheader. They could potentially get themselves to 4-1 today. Swarm also have an additional matchup. Dare Rising have 2 to their name, so they could look to have the miraculous swing and get to 2 and 3. But sitting at the bottom there, yet to find a win.
It's going to be an interesting day for all of these teams. Team Cryptik looking to clinch, Dare Rising looking to find their first win and make it difficult for Denial. Swarm looking to win their game against Denial and keep that second place in the running for them. But of course, if you're in the running for Paladins, you want to play a little bit. Maybe you're not in console wars, but you just want to get it on your console. You can grab it on Xbox One, PS4, and it'll be when it releases on Xbox One X in native 4K the day of the launch. So if you're planning on grabbing the newly announced console at E3, make sure you download Paladins the second you get it.
Best part about that trailer was that Lex is like missing all his shots, just shooting the ground, and then
boom,
and then it cuts to the Ying who's just solo fragging everybody. I'm like,
we've all played against those Yings who do way more damage than they should.
I still think about, there's one Ying I have in my head. His name was Su Wu, and he was like, I swear to God, he was aimbotting, but then like he would miss just enough. You're like, wow, I guess this guy's just a legend.
Su Wu, gotcha just twisted over here. The first set is going to be Team Cryptik, and they're going to be facing off, I believe, against Dare Rising, trying to secure that 4th win for them on Jaguar Falls as the map. Before we get into it, I do want to let everyone know that if you're watching, if you're new to Paladins Esports, welcome, thank you, enjoy, watch, and if you want to chat, feel free to chat. We have some cool skin promotions that we're doing, and you don't need to say anything at all. You can just have your viewership open on wherever you're watching it and be able to earn some of those skins.
I think one thing you do need to know is link your Hi-Rez account to your Twitch account.
That's true.
There is a tutorial for that. It's very easy to do over on the Paladins Game YouTube channel. So during some of those breaks or even some of the games, go ahead and get that done as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Those skins right now, only 1,000 people have them in the entire game. So it's pretty exciting if you're one of them. Very, very cool stuff. You're the hottest fashion in the realm. You know, taking a look at this matchup now, Dare Rising, Team Cryptik, they have not really been on the same level going into this week. But do you think there's a chance here for Dare Rising to maybe make a statement?
Unfortunately, not, because I don't think if Cryptik aren't clinched yet, then they're not. Their foot's not off the gas.
Sure.
They're going to go pedal to the metal here and probably put them away in under 10 minutes in both games.
Well, when we're getting to the champion draft, I believe that's ready right now for all of you watching. It'll be interesting to see if Dare Rising, maybe knowing that their back is against the wall, Team Cryptik haven't taken their foot off the gas, try something a little interesting here in the champion select.
It's now or never. Dare Rising with the first pick. A couple options to go. Taking the Ruckus away. Not a bad look. Jaguar Falls is a good time to get that. Cryptik with the chance to respond. We saw a lot of tank prioritization yesterday, just controlling the space. Ruckus brings tankiness, brings good mobility, and good damage.
Yeah, and he's really good in those tight-end corridors. A lot of things you don't talk about, it's almost like just old news. Repulsor field. I mean, that adds 30% damage reduction to anybody around you, and when you're on the objective, being able to have these close-knit fights, apply that to multiple teammates, it's a big deal.
And ours making a case, but before that, I Repulsor Field was the best non-ultimate ability in the game for me.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. That Earthen Guard on Inara, which he's talking about, so powerful with the Mother's Grace Legendary, which pros use right now. It gives her 50% damage reduction every time she uses her right click. Maldamba taken away as the first healer, allowing Team Cryptik to maybe counterpick something interesting here on their 5th and final selection.
Yep, so a couple little things interesting right now is the Cassie coming in pretty early and the Androxus. And to me, this is Dare Rising just trying to get a comfort damage pick early, as well as, you know, iDropBodies is pretty good, but he's always best on Androxus. So at LAN, you know, it could end up being a weakness for Team Cryptik, but I do think they need to prioritize this Androxus very early for iDropBodies.
And they get the Inara last, which is a good tank, and the Androxus, like you mentioned, not a need to first pick, but good enough that if you leave it deep enough into the pool, they're going to be afraid that Dare Rising or any other team they face is going to snatch it up, which is probably why they took it with the Makoa. As you said, going to be great to see that going into LAN if they make it.
And a couple of interesting things looking for Dare Rising. No Bomb King here, and they have a Tyra and a Cassie. So Cassie is, you know, not super uncommon, but it's the Tyra here over the Bomb King that really surprises me. It's going to be Mortal Reach, however, pretty standard for DarkRider. Ceres protection on Exaction Cassie, and actually JAKEB won't be on Cassie. He's going to be on Mercy Kill Tyra.
I like it.
William 355 on Architectonics Barrack. and Invocal on his aerial assault ruckus.
Time to get this party started here. Team Cryptik, Mother's Grace Inara for doesupz, Ripen Gourd for Kusqt's Moldamba, Evulli on the combustible Drogos, Darkstalker and Droxus for iDropBodies, and Half Shell Makoa for WarDoom as the items come online here and they head their way to the point.
A couple of master ridings for each team, so will be William and WarDoom that arrive first. Barrick needing that time to get set up, but he is already feeling the heat from Cryptik.
Immediately throws in a nice Restore Soul, trying to keep Barrick available to take some poke and still stay in the fight as he gets set up, and now it looks like he has done so. But all of a sudden, DarkRider have a little bit of a challenge here on the left-hand side.
No first bloods given just yet, but isn't it just, it's so interesting to me how 4 tanks will clash from both sides, and for whatever reason, something happens there that the best team always bullies out the other one. It's not really, you can't really see clear-cut what it is, but for some reason, you know, the lower-seeded team just always feels like they have to back up first.
And that's a lot having to do with the unspoken things, stuff. Right? Min-maxing, you just hit the fire spin at the right time, you get the right hook onto the right person. WarDoom showing exactly how to do that. Takes down 2 himself. iDropBodies picks up another, and that's already objective number 1 going to Team Cryptik.
Wow, and that fall off. A couple of buffs to Makoa's fall off actually sort of recently, actually being showcased. I think they're fairly well. 639s from pretty far away, and this aggressive zone, what Cryptik is known for, what a lot of high-level teams are known for doing, is just preventing DarkRider from coming out of their base, and this gives a lot of free push to the payload here, sitting already at about 40%, coming up on halfway.
iDropBodies having a little bit of rhythm now, gets a great hook off of the tank there. Nice wall as well, trying to just keep him locked in, but Ruckus, because he's got aerial assault, not too vulnerable, goes up and over and stays safe.
Just frantic here. Evulli popping a fire spit, trying to be kept alive right now. Kusqt doing that job. Another big hook onto Invocal, putting him in some trouble. No wall cooldown available from doesupz, but just this Ruckus is under heat.
Oh, here's a crossfire from Tyra here, trying to just dissuade any potential aggression, and there's a nice convergence. Gonna hit a lot of members. Evulli forced the jetpack back as best he can, using that thruster, and he will stay alive, but definitely a couple kills going for DarkRider.
Absolutely, they do get WarDoom, clean up Evulli as well. doesupz is in a rough-ish spot right now. He is gonna fall eventually. Doesn't have the wall cooldown or any mobility really to get himself out to safety protection. Doesn't want to press the issue too much. Giving up kills here could result, and this is, you can kind of see, they're trying to hold at this natural choke. So giving up any picks is pretty detrimental right now for DarkRider, because then they have to concede ground basically all the way up to their front door.
Yeah, have to be very careful about this, and Inara loses so much of that value walling people off against Invocal's aerial assault ruckus, because he has the mobility to get away from the setup that she might have. Right now, though, Evulli doing a great job. Huge combustible, hits the direct shot and takes down JAKEB to start the fight.
WarDoom can't miss right now. Seismic Crash comes through onto 2. Fire Spit follow-up's going to be here onto 1, and doesupz slays Invocal mid-air.
doesupz on this Inara, using that weapon to full advantage. One of the damage dealers most likely for his team, but now taking on the captain role instead of Kusqt, deciding to play the front line and set the pace for the game, and boy, this is working well.
Bodies on his way in here, looking for a couple of big shots here. That reversal's gonna land, getting himself out of trouble. Cursed Arm is available as well. Invocal over here on the side needs to be careful. 3 seconds to the dredge anchor.
Very good play by WarDoom. Actually, as he's attacking Tyra, gets himself away from line of sight of the convergence. Doesn't take any damage as well. Ceres falls as a result of Kusqt's follow-up. And Evulli and WarDoom pick up 1. That's 2 for the Dragon. And Team Cryptik have got a deicide onto DarkRider. They're all dead. And that's going to be a 2-0 push here in the first round.
5-0. Knowing exactly when to pop those ultimates as well. And Seismic Crash was used on the push previous to that one, so they get it all done with just 2 ultimates. Convergence was blown, as well as the Hexafire from Invocal came out extremely late. He actually gets punished for that one, doesn't get any value off from those 6 guns. Does, however, get his Cauterize 2 online. Protection, not enough to get his. He is elected to start with the Chronos for his Cassie. What that's going to do is just kind of smooth out his rolling. There's a 5-second cooldown on the dodge roll, and with the incitement card, be able to get that down to 1. If you fire immediately, it still leaves you with a 1-second downtime, so this Chronos shaves an additional ½ off to try and make that process as smooth as possible.
Evulli's had a good game thus far, definitely showing up, one of the young and rising stars in the Paladins esports scene. Wants to continue this kind of upward trajectory he's had, not only in his play and reputation, but with Drogos, just thrusting up after he gets off of his warhorse and goes into battle. All of a sudden, sees a flank from Barrick, doesn't expect this one. Evulli could fall here, and he does. does.
Master Riding can do that for you. Expecting people where they're unexpected. Now the stun's going to come out as well. Is this going to be 2 kills for this Barrack William looking for his second in the backline?
Oh, WarDoom to the rescue, saves Kusqt, but JAKEB follows up. Nobody expected the stay-at-home dad of the realm to be flanking like this, and Mercy Kill Tyra doing a great job already pressuring Evulli mid-air grenade, and that's Mercy Kill for you. Evulli out of the fight again.
He's going to lose his life for it. 3 kills for 1, though. DarkRider go for a risky flank, especially with a low mobility character like a Barrack, but it's going to pay off. Bodies is going to get in here just to try and start the overtime, but he's likely to lose his life, and Protection will be the one to do it.
DarkRider come through with an incredible flank, change the dynamic and pace of this game, and are looking to capture it and make this objective theirs. They have done so just now off of the back of some really, I think, enlightened decisions there coming out from, I'm not sure who made that call, but it was a good one.
A risk that finally pays off here for DarkRider. Roll through Protection, looking for some damage into the backline. A couple members split up right now is the theme for Cryptik. You can see Bodies and doesupz all by themselves. They're going to go down. WarDoom and Kusqt trying to hold this defense, but they're by themselves as well. Bodies can operate on himself, so he's the one I'm worried the least about right now.
Invocal getting bullied again by WarDoom, and Kusqt there backing him up as the healer should with the tank, and then applying that extra damage and the slow from Ripe and Gord. Evulli now has to get back into the rhythm, picks up an elimination off of finding a kill onto Protection and JAKEB, and now William falls as well. That's 3 down for DarkRider.
I think Protection actually just rolled backwards off the map, trying to dodge that fire spit.
Hey, either way, finds the kill there. Minute 34 seconds. Ancient Rage is available for WarDoom.
Taking some good damage here from the firebomb as well. That's percentage-based damage from Tyra's Molotov cocktail there on the ground, so it's most effective against these tanks. Also provides just a natural base of 50% anti-healing. Bodies getting a little bullied right now in this 1v1 with Ruckus, as most people will do. Actually finds the opportunity to turn that around with a little help from Evulli.
He's trying to chase Bodies. He knows he's got to heal him up. Kusqt, eyes on a swivel as he's playing this healer and doing such a good job keeping Team Cryptik alive in this push. DarkRider haven't been able to make an impact since the beginning flank, and this is telling because that probably is not going to surprise Team Cryptik the same way it did in the first round going into the next stage if they can't push this.
Couple of things that I'm liking from Cryptik right now as they look to clinch their spot for Valencia is WarDoom hasn't played Makoa in a while. His hooks, as he does just about to give him credit for landing most of his hooks today. He has hit most of his hooks today. Long-range ones as well, pulling people very far out of position.
Wow. Just
like that one there. It's going to provide a free kill for them.
That's
another
so
pick. Bodies has already found 2. In addition to this, doesupz stepping up and just continuing to be that flexibility player that can play literally anything for his squad, stepping into the Inara, the kind of off-tank role. It's a big switch up from what he's really used to with Cassies and Bomb Kings and Tyras.
And I think this also has to go into the fact of opening up a new direction for Team Cryptik. You know, Kus has been the captain for this team for so long, Nick, as the payload looks to start going into overtime, but doesn't look very promising as of now for DarkRider. But doesupz taking on that role, reached out to me, said, hey, I am the captain now for this squad. I feel like the Inara, it's symbolism for him kind of taking charge and leading this team maybe to a new direction.
Team Cryptik very known for their communication in-game, loud, some would say obnoxious, but just fluid with each other, not afraid to let each other know, make sure everyone's hearing them at the Masters LAN. They were very well known for their loud, extremely screamy type of comms and getting under a couple players' skin, which is just another tactic for them to use at LAN.
It's North America just fighting for themselves, speaking loudly, and then, oh my God, what a stun there by Kusqt. He's probably going to set up the kill. He tries to finish it, can't, goes back to healing his team and then damaging William, but he's under pressure now. Protection does kill iDropBodies, and Evulli able to follow back up. Protection is still alive, wow. Slays Kusqt, but he can't get to the payload in time, and that is a successful defense.
That looked like it was falling apart until it didn't. doesupz keeping that one alive. I think that was a pretty wise seismic crash there, just to skunk a lot of momentum that DarkRider was actually starting to accumulate there. They were able to take down not only iDropBodies, but Kusqt just barely went down. But as a result of those clutch kills coming out on the front side, they were able to stabilize, finding only at the cost of the seismic crash. So still having 4 ultimates of their 5 available. Team Cryptik in a decent spot to close out this game. DarkRider with all 5 of their ultimates, probably not going to be able to pull off anything sneaky like they did last round. I think Team Cryptik are going to be a lot more on their toes and calling out exactly where the enemy players' locations. There's really only 2 ways to go on Jaguar Falls, over to the right here in the dark room or over to the left where we can see them maneuvering now.
Well, now they know, right? Because they've all gone to the right. It's not going to be a surprise flank anymore. William gets caught in between a really awkward spot. Evulli, it's a fade-away combustible fire spit, and that's going to do some damage. And over the wall. Yikes. It's almost like that communication or just anticipation of where that wall was going to go was perfect from Evulli.
Now getting in front of the Hexafire. iDropBodies with a triple kill. Pseudo front lines for his team. That was really quadra kill as well. That's hilarious. The frontliners are running away, and Bodies throws the hands up, does his job, and tosses all 6 of those guns right back in the face of Invocal.
That's a great heads-up play by veteran Androx's player. We mentioned he does best on this champion, and you can see why. Quadra kills coming through yet again for iDropBodies, and a victory on top of it for Team Cryptik heading into Game 2 now. 1-0 up against DarkRider. Things are looking good, and they're about 1 game away from signing their fate into Valencia.
Exactly where they want to be. DarkRider, however, not really rolling over. I like when we see, those barrack flanks come out. There's signs of life from them, stuff that's tough to pull off. The mistake was going for it again. I think a team like Cryptik's not going to fall for that twice.
Yeah.
So you saw that barrack get pinched off, and Bodies kills him and then goes on to kill 4 more in that engagement. Evulli, 74,000 damage. Second only to JAKEB at 75,000 damage. A lot of that coming off the back of, like we mentioned, that percentage-based damage from the firebomb. There's plenty of tanks for him to light up, if you will.
Absolutely true. And off of the top of a very good performance by Evulli, and 11-6 goes the score line for him, topping everyone in the game and actually having some of the lower deaths as well, aside from Kusqt, who only died twice, doing a great job of keeping that 100,000 mark. A consistent measure of his skill on Moldamba, and you just saw that stun from a mile away. It feels like Kus is consistently performing at such a high standard. I'd kind of actually rank him, Gera, Bird, almost at the same level in terms of their ability to impact a game as a healer.
Yeah, and I think one thing that separates them two, away from Gera, Gera's doesn't seem like much of the in-game shot caller. Anyways, Bird and Kusqt are definitely for their teams.
Yes.
While I think as a whole, Cryptik are a little bit more vocal.
Yeah.
doesupz being the captain, not afraid to speak up as well. Evulli and Bodies are rookies to the scene, so they'll get there, I think. I think Cryptik are going to evolve into one of those teams where everyone can communicate. And this is a strength, right? Because if you look at a team like the old Eager squad where it was largely just biding the driver's seat, if that person dies in a team fight, sometimes it can be, all right, now what's the plan? Who's making the plan? Who's calling the shots right now? If your in-game shot caller dies, you have 4 more, it's really no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, it's the exact idea of you have all your friends are from the city in your hometown, you know where to go, or if you're by yourself traveling and your phone dies, who do you call? How do you get back to your apartment? What's going on? Hoping we don't avoid that as we do some travels this summer as well. So we got to make sure we figure out how to get from where and back. Again, Fish Market is a place that a lot of people don't like to travel to in Paladins. In fact, one of the least played maps in North America tends to bring it out here. These guys, formerly Astral Authority, now Team Cryptik, have always had some funny strats on this map, from master riding threes, all on the right side, jumping through, and kind of content, I think, with playing this map more so than a lot of other teams.
Definitely. Cryptik go for the Ruckus first pick as well. And when you see a team like DarkRider take it away, it almost makes it easier for you. I don't know how much homework Cryptik does on these drafts against DarkRider in particular. I don't know how worried they are coming into today, but it makes it easy, I think, when you see a team first pick something and it's a viable first pick for you as well, just scoop it away from them. Yeah,
no issues there. I mean, they've had a lot of success on Ruckus, does a lot of damage like we mentioned, and can be a great partner on the front line. Mako and Androx's reverse pick, so these drafts look exactly the same, except the teams have switched who's getting what. And iDropBodies will have to perform without the Godslayer.
Yep. We've seen him take Eevee rarely, Cassie, as well as Ruckus. He doesn't stay away from it. So I wouldn't be surprised personally to see doesupz actually on the Cassie here, WarDoom on the Barrack, and Bodies on his Ruckus.
So Barrack looking to be more of that partner for Ruckus that they're hoping to get. He could stay on the point while Ruckus uses his mobility to distract, to run away, to just apply Barrack with a little bit more tankiness. Not that he needs it now, given that buff to combat repair as well, just making it that much more valuable to help keep his turrets alive fast.
There's a good synergy with with the repulsor field as well, keeping not only Barrick safe, but his turrets safe as well, giving them some damage reduction. And because that's the hardest part of Barrick is getting set up. He's got the lowest HP pool of all the tanks, the lowest mobility as well, but the highest potential, I think, to hold his zone once he gets rolling. And Ruckus, perfect guy to help him get there.
Exactly. What it does is it creates an opportunity to where if Barrick is set up as the Bomb King and the Inara come through, if Makoa and Inara are not around, somehow Cryptik find those picks, Damba, Drogos, and Droxus, by the time they jump in there, Barrick shoots them, 2 of the turrets hit them as well. It's like game over. You can't hold that point. So you got to make sure you deal with them quickly.
Turret damage is absolutely a real thing you have to be aware of. I'm still not aware of it personally. I get snuck up on all the time by those pesky little buggers.
You almost, jeez,
almost.
Rated T.
I don't like Barrick. Exaction Cassie for doesupz. Aerial Assault will be for iDropBodies. Ruckus, Accelerant for Evil Eyes. Bomb King, Kusqt. Mortal Reach Ceres, and an Architectonics for WarDoom on his Barrick.
Protection here running Worm Jets on the Drogos. Like to see that pick. Darkstalker and Droxus for Invocal. More dashes, more distance covered. Half Shell for Makoa on DarkRider. Ripened Gourd for JAKEB on Maldamba, and Mother's Grace yet again for William355.
JAKEB, but some flexibility here. Goes from Cassie, plays a little Tyra. Now he's on the Maldamba. Just showing his muscles, what he can do as well.
Absolutely.
One of the newer members of this DarkRider squad as well. It will be them first on the point, and this can happen when you have no Makoa, no Inara to really control a team fight. Ruckus and Barrick just bring a lot of damage, so I think right now Cryptik, they got to focus on winning the fight, but losing Cassie off the bat, that's not a good start.
It's tough, but they took the upper ledge, and WarDoom decided to get settled up there. His turret goes down, but he's got one place there, and that's going to contribute a lot to the fight already with Architectonics hitting as a hit scan. Now iDropBodies decide this is a good time to take this fight against Andro. Oh, misses the dash, doesn't go up, and now he's getting aggressed on from the Bomb King in the backside. Evil Eye helped pick up off a mistake made by Androxus.
Oh, Evil Eye starting to get a lot of momentum, and once this Bomb King gets rolling, there is no stopping him. Finds 2 kills and puts a lot of poke damage. Helps 2 more come through for his team. Nice long-range shot there as well, forcing out Protection's Drogos as well. 93% of the point, though, for DarkRider. Cryptik quickly closing the gap.
Like a slow-cooked ribeye. Sometimes patience brings out the best flavor and the best results. That's exactly what Team Cryptik showed there. Just waiting for their moment, finding the right picks, and letting Evil Eye snowball the fight as a result. 90% now for them, and it doesn't look like DarkRider are going to have a chance to get back. Makoa slides in, but it's a double kill already for doesupz.
Yeah, and this Inara soon to fall as well. Drogos in the back line trying to pressure out, but Evil Eye is going to take him down. And this is one thing we saw from doesupz that I like a lot, that I kind of preach on streams and how to get better aim, is he was just shooting, firing at the max rate that he could.
Yeah.
And he was missing, and he's missing. And then he takes a beat, and he just watches Androxus move. And I think he just identifies the pattern and then nails the next 2 shots, sends him back to base. You know, shooting at 75% speed, but hitting 100% of your shots is going to be better than shooting at 100% speed, hitting 20% of your shots.
Oh, that's such a good point there. Look at this convergence into the Hexafire. Deletes Makoa. Not sure if he's even a playable character in this game anymore. And that's going to be William355 and DarkRider scratching their heads here, saying, how did we let this happen? What went wrong?
Barrick getting set up on the payload as well. WarDoom content to just keep this rolling, keep it alive. Already at about 75%. This is the toughest part to break. Cryptik have already done it with 1 minute and 40 seconds remaining, cresting the hill, and now they have a bowl to shoot down into. Makes it much easier for them to find this conversion. Here comes the Dragon Punch, trying to salvage something for DarkRider.
If he doesn't hit this, it's over. Oh no, WarDoom takes him out mid-air. Now they got King Bomb, they've got Grumpy Bomb, and they are a man down. Make that 2 men off the back of WarDoom, who's on his typical streak. Evil Eye picks up the next one. Dome shield ready. There's not a chance in hallelujah that DarkRider end up defending that one. So it will be Team Cryptik with the 2-0.
Starting to get a little bit out of control are these Cryptik streaks right now. 13, 11, 5, 15, and 15 for doesupz and Bodies, rounding things out. And so many credits, such a quick round from Cryptik. And this is one of the things that make them such a difficult team, is they beat you so quick that the items actually become a problem for you when they come out with their level 2s items, as well as these little flavor picks, these resiliences, little Chronos here on the side as well. They are so far ahead, economically above DarkRider, that This is looking pretty grim for our bottom seed.
You majored in finance, Nick. You know this is a bad situation here.
That's not good football.
It's not good football. It's not good investing. They just don't have enough capital to start with, as you would say, in that kind of field. And so trying to get there, they've got to find some kills. They got to make sure that Team Cryptik take some of these streaks and go back to base without them. But it's going to require some big-time plays. You got to hit your ultimates. Cursed Arm and Seismic Crash ready for Dare Rising. That could be a big start.
Look at the difference in the round from last round to this. Here's the Seismic Crash, the last hope, Invocal. And grab one, it's a good start. Again, losing doesupz right off the bat.
Invocal has to stay alive here, though. Evulli's been the big issue in damage. He's just stayed quiet until it's been his moment. You cannot let this guy rest on his laurels. It's Bomb King for crying out loud. He's got a King Bomb ready, but he gets one kill onto Makoa. That's his biggest threat here. Drogo's trying to make something happen, but he's already gotten Invocal down.
Dodges the Fire Spit as well, knows the character inside and out. Convergence isn't going to commit with anything because they're all dead. I guess we could call that a zoning ultimate. Happens from time to time. Just wants to secure that fight. Still have a lot left in the tank. Hexafire is almost ready to go, as well as the King Bomb. So Cryptik with plenty left to push with.
Such patient play as well by Evulli. I love the way that he's just positioning himself, staying in the fight, but staying on the fray. Sometimes Bomb Kings, they love getting in front of you. If they see a moment, they'll just dive right in. Evulli, no, waits. He's had his King Bomb for the last round and a half now, and so he's definitely waiting for the perfect moment to use it.
Sarah's keeping everybody topped off. Already back to 24%. Make it 30 on that ultimate. Soul Ren could come out here. 5 streak. Starting to get shut down, though, some of these. Evulli and WarDoom, the only 2 still left on that streak. Body's getting very aggressive as 2 picks already coming through. Make it 3 picks for the guys of Team Cryptik.
Evulli on a 19 streak. How high will he go? He and WarDoom. And of course, Kusqt, the ones who have not died in this push. Makoa gets a hook, but almost hooks the wrong thing to him. iDropBodies just brings that DPS right to his face. And Ruckus and Bolt continue their winning ways here. It's a minute and 40 seconds, but this could be it, Nick. The last point to secure Team Cryptik's qualification.
King Bomb as well, ready to go at a moment's notice. Could look for the Poppy Bomb setup. There it is, the wind up, the follow through. Who's he gonna get? JAKEB up on the high ground. 1 bomb, 2 bomb, 3 bomb is enough.
Clinical doesn't miss a shot afterwards, gets taken down by Invocal, but will this be Dare Rising's last stand, or will it be Team Cryptik's chance to go ahead and finish off this game and sign their tickets all the way to Spain? They're trying to do it as best they can. iDropBodies is still here. He's looking to take down William, but he's alive.
Can he do it? Not enough tankiness left here. Sarah's trying to keep him alive as best she can. 2 seconds on that advance. 500 HP is not enough to survive one more rocket from Protection.
Big time shot by Protection. Missed the Dragon Punch in the last round, but gets a good kill on iDropBodies, and that's going to stall things out with Kusqt now just reviving and getting back to his teammates. So 47 seconds left. All doesupz and Team Cryptik are trying to do here is find a pick.
There's going to be one DarkRider goes down for them. Nara uses her wall cooldown pretty early. Not that it's going to be effective really anywhere else, because this is wide open space. Body's looking to make his approach. Grumpy Bomb comes. Cryptik are tightening the noose.
This is becoming so important now. Let's take a look at the ultimates. Oh, Convergence into Hexafire yet again. They get more than enough money for their troubles. Invocal and JAKEB down. That's a damage dealer and a healer. iDropBodies falls to Protection. Again, gonna miss this Dragon Punch off the back of doesupz.
And there's the Dome Shield providing that safe haven that Cryptik barely even need. Getting caught out in the Dragon Punch. Big ultimate values for Cryptik, and much less than that on the side of Dare Rising. Makes this another easy 4-0, 2-0 on the set. Cryptik with a 4-0 record now in these qualifiers.
Felicitaciones, mis amigos. And that means you guys are welcome to congratulate yourselves. In Twitch chat, you can congratulate Team Cryptik for going 4-0 and basically confirming that they will be in Spain. They're going to have to brush up on their Spanish and, you know, hopefully get a little bit of a tan there. I know some of these guys, they stay inside quite a bit.
They do. Get them all down to the beach. A couple of gamer interviews on the beach. That's what I'm looking for.
You know, there's nothing sexier than a gamer in a swimsuit
and a tank top
on the beach. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That's why I'm going.
Absolutely. A lot of handsome men in that Team Cryptik lineup. Evulli, doesupz, WarDoom, Kusqt. Congratulations on your near perfect run thus far. They've still got 2 more games to play to make it that perfect run, but they have clinched their spot in DreamHack Valencia.
And there's plenty more important action here. We'll make sure to stay tuned with you guys as we go to a break in just a moment. Denial coming up with their doubleheader, and then facing Swarm at the end of the day. You'll see all these games coming up right after this. Remember, stay tuned, enjoy it. Hopefully some of you guys got some skins already, and if not, keep watching, and we'll see you right after this.